I'm going to compare two different studios, Blue Sky Studios as well as Illumination. The big difference between them is that Illumination is still putting out movies, whereas Blue Sky Studios is not anymore because Disney purchased Fox. So while it's true, Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild did come out on Disney Plus in 2022. That was put out by Disney, not Blue Sky Studios, though it is part of the Ice Age franchise, which was started by Blue Sky. Neither of these studios have put out a ton of movies. Blue Sky Studios has done 14 movies, whereas Illumination has done 12 right now, and neither of them have really that much diversity in their filmography because Blue Sky put out 5 Ice Age movies. That's almost half of their filmography. Illumination has done four Despicable Me movies and 2 Minions spin-off films. So that's 6 out of 12. So half of their movies have been part of one franchise. So when you compare the two, Blue Sky is just a little bit more diversity in their filmography compared to Illumination. Now, when it comes to Illumination, I think that this is a studio that's put out fun movies, it's put out enjoyable movies, but if they put out any that are fantastic, that are on the same level as top tier Disney Animation, Pixar, DreamWorks, no, I don't think that they have. I think that the closest they've come to doing that is the first Despicable Me movie. That's really good. It has humor in it. It can be juvenile at times, but it does have more to offer than just jokes or gags because it actually does have a solid emotional core to it that I think works well. And when it comes to Blue Sky, I've barely I've rewatched 7 of their movies at this point, and then I've seen 7 of their movies only one time. When it comes to the first 4 Ice Age movies, Rio 1 and 2, and Robots, I've seen all those movies more than once. And then when it comes to Peanuts movie, Horton Hears a Who, Epic, Ferdinand, Spies in Disguise, Ice Age Collision Course, and then Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild, I've seen all those only one time. And I think that the first 3 Ice Age movies are good. And when you get to Ice Age Continental Drift, the 4th film, it feels like we're getting too over the top here, starting to just go too far with the Scrat antics. And you have Horton Hears a Who that I think is quite good. It's a really solid adaptation of that Dr. Seuss story that I think the Peanuts movie is actually great. You've Epic, Ferdinand, Spies in Disguise. I enjoy all those movies. When it comes to Illumination, I've seen the Lorax movie they've done before, but I have not rewatched it anytime recently, however, and I don't think it's a very good adaptation of that Dr. Seuss story because it lacks any kind of subtlety. It's all very obvious right there in your face. And subtlety is one of the things that worked well about the original Lorax story. Also, I have actually seen every single Blue Sky movie, whereas I have not seen every single Illumination film because I have not seen Despicable Me 4 or Minions. I have seen Despicable Me 1 and 2 as well as Secret Life of Pets 1 more than once, but then with the other Illumination movies, Secret Life of Pets 2, Scene 1 and 2, Despicable Me 3, Hop, Minions Rise of Gru, The Grinch, Migration, Super Mario movie, I've seen all those only one time. Now, I think the Mario movie does a good job of delivering that Mario experience you want. It brings the nostalgia with all the production design, set design, sound effects, items, characters. But is it a fantastic movie? No, I wouldn't go that far. You've Chris Pratt voicing another character in an animated movie, and sometimes it's like, okay, yeah, obviously we have to play this song right here. Like, oh, of course, we have a training scene, so we just gotta play Holding Out for a Hero, the most overused song. I think Hop is a movie with good things about it, but also feels odd because it's an Easter movie, but the lore introduced feels more like Christmas lore, especially because you literally have a sleigh in there. And I think Despicable Me 3. Not a great movie, but better than Despicable Me 2. It has actually a villain that's pretty fun, and at least it gets closer to the original premise for this franchise by having Gru meet his brother, and thus he's tempted back into the life of crime. That's better, I would say. I like both Scene movies. I like with Scene 2, you meet this guy who lost his wife, and that's because of how painful that was. He shut himself away, not playing music anymore. But then when he meets these new animals, they convince him to return to playing music. Then in the end, in his mind's eye, he sees his wife again and realizes I need to perform because that's what she would have wanted. She would not have wanted me to shut myself away and not see anybody at all. When it comes to Minions Rise of Gru, I think it made a smart decision to bring in Gru and show his origin story and also show all these other villains. Makes the movie more fun, and it means that you actually have characters other than minions in the movie. That's really good, because the thing about minions is they don't work when they're the main characters in a movie, because inherently they don't grow, they don't change, they don't speak a language that's discernible to us, they just speak gibberish. So they work when they're on the side, when they're sprinkled in there, but not when a movie's all about them. I saw the movie Migration in theaters late 2023. I had a good time with it, but it's not like a fantastic movie. It's not like a super memorable movie. With The Grinch, I think it's all right, though certainly not great. Secret Life of Pets 2, I think, is an improvement over the first Secret Life of Pets. It delivers more of what I'd want from one of these movies, doesn't have the mean streak that the first Secret Life of Pets movie had, if this rabbit that wants to eat humans, kill them. Plus, with the first Secret Life of Pets movie, it's like, okay, this premise feels very familiar. It feels a lot like Toy Story, where this group of people, in the case of Toy Story, it's toys. In the case of Secret Life of Pets, it's, well, pets live out a secret life the humans don't know about. It doesn't feel particularly fresh. Between these two studios, I think that Blue Sky is the one I prefer. With Illumination, they put out movies that I enjoy, but they also tend to rely on the same bag of tricks. Characters are singing and dancing, pop songs, bright colors, all that kind of stuff. And there's not as much diversity in their filmography either. So I would say, yeah, I prefer Blue Sky. They'll wrap things up for this one.